And it looks like this setup still works. So get rid of the keyboard. Hello. Okay, so yeah, finally going to get around to the starting this 1088 XAL board. This was supposed to happen about 3 weeks ago. I've had all the parts for a long time. Simply didn't get the time to start, so I've got an hour or so tonight, so I thought we might as well get cracking with it. So I know some of you are kind of looking forward to it, so we're just going to dive in. I've got the bill of materials on the desktop, a couple of pictures and a box full of parts. So with a bit of luck, we should at least get all the passives on the board tonight. So let's have a look. I was going to get a multi-monitor setup for this YouTube streaming, but I still haven't found the desk space for it. So I've just recalibrated this soldering iron. So, well, calibrated it is probably a little bit of an elaborate description for turning the pot down just so that it's less than 50 degrees cooler than it's supposed to be, but there we are. So what I've done, I thought it'd be useful to go over this. I don't know if I mentioned this before, it was that long ago, I can't remember. Obviously Michael sent the board, the kit with everything in it. And what I spent, now must remember that they are what they are, yeah. It labelled quite a lot of the stuff up, Michael had. The stuff that isn't marked inherently. And the things that he hadn't marked up, I mean, rather a lot to ask for him to label all the resistors. I spent about an hour one afternoon going through everything, all the passives, and marking them off and labeling them. So there's absolutely no doubt what's what. And I mean, I'm talking about things like these capacitors where... Why am I holding it up that way? I keep forgetting I've got this camera flipped, so I don't have to faff about now. So we've got capacitors here which are labelled, carefully categorized, because I figured that the last thing you want to be doing is just getting confused over what's what. Because the scope for mishap is, just because I can, you know, made a lot of videos soldering stuff and fixing things, doesn't mean that, is that just something that's fallen off or not? Yeah. I mean, what's this? Oh yes, everything's labelled. Yeah. So that's probably, if you're not too sure about starting to build one of these boards, I would definitely say that it's time well spent to just label everything up, because then you're not messing around with testing stuff and trying to figure out what's what. You can just get in there and get soldering, just get on with it. So this is going to be tricky because I haven't got the multi-monitor set up, but what I'm going to do is try and flip between views, and we'll get the bill of materials up. So this has got, on page 4, board assembly notes. What would be a good idea, how about if I... Yes, log in here so I can see what you see. There we go. Right, now I can see what you see by glancing across at the other desk. So yes, we've got board assembly notes. It is assumed that the assembler of this board is at an expert level concerning soldering skills with previous board assembly experience, and has a good foundation in electronic troubleshooting. This is not a project meant to be taken on by an amateur. Order of assembly: all axial components, all resistor networks, all non-electrolytic capacitors, all transistors and LEDs, IC socket U7, all other IC sockets, all electrolytic capacitors, MOSFET Q1, crystal X2, all headers and connectors. So I figure if we throw a couple of an hour and a half at it, we should at least get everything up to and including the crystal on the board. Ultimate 1 meg and UAV installation. When installing the extra tall female headers for the Ultimate 1 meg board, it is essential that they stay perpendicular to the motherboard. The best way to do that is to first mount them to Ultimate 1 megabyte, and then as an assembly stuff and solder that into the board. A similar approach should be taken when installing the precision machine socket for UAV. The cart and DCI edge connectors need to be aligned with each other. The best way to do that is to plug a PBI device, which I have on the desk, and then stuff that as an assembly into the motherboard and solder the connector pins. In the absence of a PBI device centering each connector, in the box outline shown on the silk screen will also maintain proper alignment. And FTDI installation. Need to solder the board. It's best to do this as a complete assembly. Nested components. Yes. Nested transistors Q3 and Q4 have their leads bent at a 90-degree angle so that the flat part of the plastic body sits flush against the motherboard. Other nested components that sit inside either pokey socket need to be kept to as low of a profile as possible to allow the pokey to be plugged in while still clearing the tops of the inner components. Pokey U6 will need one extra precision socket stacked on top to allow clearance for the TK2 program PIC chip destined to be plugged in underneath. All 40-pin sockets associated with pokey chips need to have the plastic crossbars removed prior to installation. Good point. Haven't done that yet. Since uniformity is especially important concerning all rear-facing connectors due to future alignment of the connector's access holes with a rear bezel plate if installed, special attention must be paid to ensure that these connectors are completely flush with the motherboard prior to soldering. Okay, so the things we need to watch out for. Yes, I grabbed a couple of photographs as well, so that we can get some idea. Well, that one's got the pokey chips installed, so that's not especially illustrative. What's this one? I think this is Stephen's board. Yes, this gives us a good idea of what's being talked about here. And there was another point which I forget. I think it was these connectors here. There are some notes somewhere concerning those. Alright, we won't worry too much about that at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and see if we can get cracking. So let's move this around here, and gotta get 2 monitors if possible. Right, that looks reasonable. So 30.1. Right. Right, let's put these in first. 0.1 microfarad. Yes, right. 30 of these to go on the board. Where does it tell us where they go? No, yes. Here we are. Yes. Got it. C4. Well, let's go ahead and do it. I need to rearrange this desktop a bit as well. We put OBS up there. Back to chat. Hello Michael and hello Mopes. I posted a link today to get people over here. Why? You shouldn't have done that because it's all going to go horribly wrong. Something I did when assembling my board was crossing off each item on the bill of materials. That's a good idea. I should have probably printed it out, shouldn't I? That would have been an excellent idea. Yes. Well, we'll see if we can do all the capacitors first. Right, okay. Let's just get these out of the way. Of course I'm doing this and I can't see the chat. I'm going to move the chat. This is ridiculous. Try and move it to the corner. And there, I can sort of just see what I'm doing. Kinda. Right, that'll do. Okay, so this is the way I'm going to handle it. I'm going to start with these 30 caps, and I'm just going to get those in first. I'm going to try and find out where everything is. C4. I'll see C5. There was a photograph. There it is. There we go. Well, that's a good start. There is a photograph of a partially assembled board that has a lot of the caps on. I should have downloaded that when I was looking in that thread. Never mind. These need to be bent quite sharply, these little caps. Quite a sharp angle. Let's get some tools. Oh, I'm going to regret doing this live. Ugh. Right. Depends on whether you're planning on to. Good. Not really happy with how this one's sat. Got a funny angle. This is going to take forever at this rate, isn't it? Right, straighten out. That's better. Don't want to fail at the first component. Okay, that looks reasonable. I'm not even going to bother bending those around. I'm going to solder this one. I won't solder them all one at a time, but I'm going to solder this one. Right. Extractor fan on. Oh, I forgot. And we're off. So C4, C10, 12. Probably what would be useful is to take a photograph after each stage of the assembly, so you could get a quick visual reference of where all the caps go. That could be quite handy. Stares blankly. Oh, there we are. C10, yes, I see now. I see you. I saw it, now it's gone. Oh, there it is. Where are you? There you are. C11. Ah, C11. C11. There you are. There you are. So these legs need to be bent quite sharply to fit. Well, that works. Looks okay. I think we'll be lucky if we get all these in tonight. C12. I'm not even holding the thing where you can see it. That's probably a good thing. You don't want to see what I'm doing. Right, C14. Just put a few in, solder them in, and then do another few. C14, C35. There we go. must-see TV. I don't know about that, Brent. I don't know about that. I don't think my wife would agree. Got to sort the light out in here. It's absolutely bloody diabolical. Okay, snip those off. See what we're doing. The 0.1 microfarad capacitors have been changed to radial types. The correct pitch to slide right into the board. No bending required. Sorry I sent you the axial ones. Oh well, not to worry. Not to worry. They look quite nice. Okay, there we go. Finished. And in next week's episode, C14. So I've just done that. C10 to 12. Yeah, done that. C14 to C35. So just done C40. Yeah, Stephen was right. Cross them off. Yeah, yeah. Good idea. C15. So basically everything from C14 to C45. C15. Yes. C16, C17. Yeah. Kind of know where I am now. I'm becoming more confident bending two at once. Seems a bit handy to actually have Michael watching the thing. So if I'm about to screw it up, he'll step in. I used to line it upside down on the desk, keeps them pretty flat. Still going well. Where next? Yeah, because you kind of forget what. Yeah, so C18, 19. We'll go there next. You kind of forget where you just went. That's the thing. You're doing fine, says Michael. How kind. Gets easy when you get into the flow, of course. I mean, who actually broadcasts live board assembly? 20. Found number 20. Let's take a few of these off. Where's 21? Where are you? See 23, 24, 25. Where are we? Oh, there we are. I've seen 22. What have I just done? Wait, I've lost already. Oh, just get them in. If there's a few left, we'll have a look. It's all good. Okay, so C23 is jumping out next. I'm just going to target what jumps out. C24. Does look nice when this parts start to go on. So I've got the XEGS that I featured a couple of weeks back. That's ready to go home. A very nice machine, that. Never a tremendous fan of the XEGS, but I was saying to Michael the other day that the way it's gone together, it's really very nice. Just a spongy keyboard that's a bit of a... Oh, there's C21, I found you. Oh. It's just a keyboard, and of course TK2 would take care of that. So, quite a nice machine. And of course the funny thing is that since all of my Ataris with VBXEs and Ultimate 1 megabytes and whatnot in them were done. I'm kind of an early adopter, partly because I used to get the stuff for testing and development, and over the years, obviously, I've installing this stuff dozens of times, got a lot better at it, know what to expect, and can just do a neater job. That all my machines, when compared to the stuff I'm sending out for other people, look pretty rough. Not least because I'm often pulling them apart and swapping boards out of them when I haven't got spares when I'm trying to troubleshoot other people's stuff, so I end up opening up one of my machines and pulling them apart, and it's doesn't do them any good. So everybody else has got the good stuff. Right, where next? C28, that looks like a reasonable target. Always fun to find where the component goes, and there is a sort of logical progression across the board, but some of that got muffed up when going from version 0 to version 1.1. Yes, it does seem to flow. It does seem to still flow. It sort of flows down and across and then back and along. Yes, it makes sense. Where have you gone? Oh, there you are. So you've probably noticed that you've probably noticed. Oh, he's missed some, numerically speaking, but I'll pick them up eventually. I'm pretty sure. That's quite useful to just balance that on there. Yeah, it's awful when you're looking at you're looking for component locations on a board, and C35 is like right over the other side of the board from C34. It's be a little bit annoying. So, and Stephen, I've still got your Ultimate 1 megabyte, and I've replaced I've done a transplant of the CPLD, and it still doesn't work, but I haven't gotten around to trying to reprogram the CPLD yet, which is probably worth a try. But I'm not sure whether it's got, maybe there's RAM problems and things, and get a little bit involved if we can certainly replace the RAM, but not too sure where to go with it next quite at the moment. But I'm gonna have time to have a good look at these things now. I just haven't had time these past few weeks, just trying to get all these machines out the door, and there's one to go tomorrow, and that's it for now. I'll have a little bit of a break. Mad skills. Well, I quite like SMD. It's just I was probably a little bit, what's the word? I was a little bit unsure. I was very inexperienced when I started to do those Uno carts, the first batch. But by the time I'd done those things, oh, missed one. By the time I'd done one batch of those, it wasn't so bad at all. And it's the good thing about it is that it's just so quick and easy to rework stuff. Doesn't have to worry about getting solder out of holes and things. Unless Stephen wants it back, I swapped him for a Atari board. Oh well, that's good. Biker Bob, my boards are in order and we are putting our bomb together. Right, next. C27, I can see a C27, I can see a C29. I'd like to do more SMD stuff as well. Why I want to get into do some more work on laptops. And what better place to start than the HP Stream that I was given for free a while ago, which died spontaneously the other week for no apparent reason. Stone dead, so I might open that one up, but where next? So the last one is C35, so okay. This is all good. All good. Of course, doing SMD stuff, I have to wear that. I have to wear this thing, which is very good actually. It's very useful, and it's got an extra. It's got a little light on it, and it's got an extra little magnifier and a drop-down lens at the back to double the magnification, which is very useful, very handy. A microscope would be nice, but I'm a long way off being able to afford a trinocular microscope and an HDMI capture card to broadcast what's being done. But who knows, one day. Maybe if this website I'm going to work on becomes profitable, who knows where it could lead. I could be big in bathrooms. If you're in the Tyneside area of the UK and you need a new bathroom, check out graysbathrooms.co.uk. And with luck, demand will get so high that they'll need more staff, particularly someone to run all their IT. I thought I heard someone come in there, but hopefully not. If it is, it could be burglars, I'm not sure. Hey, is the logo new, John? I just noticed the FJC in the small window. It says Biker Bob. The little watermark on the video? Oh, you're wonky. That's been there for quite a while now. Ew, I don't like that one. Yeah, it's been there for quite a while. You'll soon be too rich to even think about the 8. Oh, but Michael, I don't want to forget my roots, you see. Never lose sight of your roots. A couple of those have gone on a bit funny. That's not so bad. I'm going to lift you out. That's the other side I wanted to lift out, not this side. That's it, then I can push you back in. There you go, you know you want to. That's better. That's it. Yeah, good enough. Next. Yeah, that's one of the dangers of monitoring live chat while doing this. Right, next. Next. C31. Yep, C31. Good. Yeah, I've still got a few left. I'm nearly done. Flash, are you going to finish some of this offline and jump back in on the interesting bits? I don't know. Possibly. Is that another way of saying, God, this is boring? Yeah, it didn't strike me as possibly the most exciting way of doing it, but this is especially time consuming, this part, I would say. Should get a lot quicker when the components are going to start getting bigger pretty quickly, so things will speed up quite dramatically, I should imagine. I would have thought. I wouldn't be offended if you thought it was boring, because I mean, it's just, it is what it is at the end of the day. There's no point in hurrying. So, right, where are we? It is what it is. Right, just my main concern is that you can see it. C34, yeah, there we go. That's one. Remember to stop at C35, of course. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just go with the flow. Whatever's most useful. I'm not sure I would go dramatically more quickly if I wasn't actually talking and watching chat, but it would certainly speed the process up as far as the viewer was concerned. But I know there was someone else who's going to maybe do a more sort of tightly organized guide, step by step, that kind of thing. I thought about doing an edited video, but I hate editing video, and my Hackintosh isn't finished yet anyway, and I can only bear to use iMovie to do video editing. So oh, there's C35. Yeah, put you in while we're about it. And that is the last one of this value, apart from the ones I've obviously missed. Hopefully I'll have a couple of spare off camera. I can reseat the ones that I don't like the look of because they haven't gone in straight. Good, good. Alright, so let's have a look what we've got. We've got 5 left. I didn't bother to count them before, so I don't know whether there's actually 30 here. This is why we should have done what Stephen said and mark them off as we put them in. What time is 9:45? How long have we been at this now? Only 3/4 of an hour. Seems like longer. Right. Now it's hunt the 5 that we missed. Oh, time-lapse stuff, yeah. Oh, God. No, editing video is a miserable process. It's not totally uninteresting, but I did a couple of earlier in the year to do with the replacing the connectors on the Ultimate 1 megabyte, and even just that was I tried some of these open source free Windows video editors, and it was just a nightmare. I mean, they're not the most modern computers in the world, but they're not ancient. And just trying to do a simple scene transition or a crossfade, and just absolutely terrible. So iMovie just works. It worked very nicely. So okay, I'll go offline for a minute while I just figure out what I'm looking for. So none of it's down in this area as far as I can tell. Let's travel back up the board here, looking for any capacitor sites. I mean, I can always it'll become very, very obvious what's missing if I just proceed and press on with the next value, but I would rather not do that. There's nothing down here, nothing up here. I don't feel like I got them all. Not at all. Resistors, resistors, resistors. C46, 45, 75. Well, hang on, let's count how many we've put on. That's a good idea. I heard some the microwave ding. Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. As I put 26 in, that's 26. It's possible that 26, that could actually be all of them. It's a possibility. Alright then, so let's try and do the next lot of caps. What was the value of capacitor that I didn't have that I bought to get them all on the table and we can figure it out. Right, so we've got 68. Alright, we start at the top, 22, and that might be, no, where the hell did I put that? Aha, 22. So that must be the 22 that was missing, which would be what's in the bag here. There are 30, of course there are, yes, because it's written on the bob, isn't it? So there are a couple that I missed. Let's see if we can catch them. Right, let's have a look. Yes, it was a very good point. I was being a bit dim there. Where is that photograph? Let's have a look, see if I can see this picture that showed the board. There it is. Ah, right, now I'm looking at a picture of the board. Got that one, got that one, got that one, that one, that one. Oh yeah, because I've I've got it figured out. I've got it figured out. I was just being stupid. Right, C40. Yeah, I was only looking for up to C35 because I got it into my head that that's when that was the last one, but of course it isn't. We then go to C40 and C41, 43, 46, etc. So that's that mystery solved. So C41, 43. Okay. 41, 43. That photograph is very useful. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Michael, that the missing ones, when everything's all done, it'll be very obvious if there's anything unpopulated. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. .46 should be down here somewhere. There it is. I mean, the biggest thing I've assembled from scratch is basically an Uno card. Obviously, dramatically fewer components, so, albeit much smaller. $40, $41, $40, $41, $43, $46, $41. So now I've got one left from the pack, so I'll do another count and see if that one was a spare or not. Oh, right, let's have another look at this picture. This is the one I'm looking at. It's quite handy. So, yeah, got that one. Yes, got that one. I think I've got them all now. I really do. I'm pretty sure I've got them all. Let's do a quick count. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yep, done. So I've got a spare. Excellent. Right, I'll stick that in there like that. And on to the next one. So we've decided that this is a 22 picofarad capacitor, which it is. And that's going to go into C44, and I know where that is because I've just been near it. Haven't I? Yeah, there it is. There we go. So we're now on to 22 picofarad capacitor, of which there is one. Okay, next. What's next? 56 picofarad. Where the hell is that? There it is. And this is C45, which is probably close to the one I have just done. Perhaps C45, C45. Yeah, C45, there we go. So he's going to go in like so. Next, 68 picofarad, C39, going to my 68, should be blue in this kit, hopefully. I'm going for blue here. I measured them all before, so it's got to be right. Have another look at the picture. 68, C39, C39, it's there, it's blue, it's good. Oh yeah, there we are, yeah. I guess I aged myself, says Brent Carroll. I guess I would have been 11 in 1983. Exactly the same as me. Next, 220 picofarad. There we are, helpfully labelled by Michael. And this fellow goes to C38, which has got to be down here somewhere. C38, 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 there we go. So this, I take it this is the video circuit that I'm working on at the moment. Next, 820 C42, C42, straight on it. It just does, it gets easier. Ah, someone here is older than I am. Excellent. Michael. Okay, next. 2 0.01 microfarad. Where did I put them? Because we're now running out of caps. These have got to be these little fellas right here. Yeah. You and you. Right, and they are destined for C36 and C37. C36 and C37. I'll just get the tweezers. Probably make life a lot easier. Right, next. C37. C36 rather. Yeah, I'm not keeping up with chat at all, which is a genuinely new experience. I'm having enough chat to lose track of. have a little read through. At one point we had over 70 different machines in the room, says Electron Ash. Stephen, were you too young to play Atari when it first came out? Well, I was. Not 70 Ataris, but all different machines. Specky Z80. Yeah. They would often only ask around £5 to £10 for a box full of 1 or 2 machines and games. Ah, them were the days. 0.047. Oh yes, these little fellows right here. And where are you going? C47, 48, 49 and 50. Well, that couldn't be easier. And once I know where those components are, it couldn't be easier. Ah, these little bastards. Yeah. There we are. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then there's one more radial, and then we are on to the or rather one more ceramic, and then we're on to the I guess electrolytic capacitors with polarity, so I have to pay attention, use my brain. YouTube chat is so unfriendly. I'm miles behind now, and the scrolling is just horrendous. What we need is a request for about 100 ultimate 1 megabytes. Yeah, Letharic's going to be loving this, isn't he? It's going to be like Christmas. I'm falling behind with chat again. I'll try and catch up in a minute. Because it might be a good idea to make this a sort of a natural break. I'm not intending to work until 1 in the morning to try and finish the board. But this is useful progress. I mean, the rest of the parts in this box will fly in, and then it's going to be connectors and good stuff. Right, next one, 0.01. Yeah, this has to be this one, and this is C5, and I know where C5 is because it's the first one I looked at, which is right up here. And then we will have a relax and a nice read of chat, and then I'll probably get a cup of coffee. But yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine making these things in bulk. I remember when I first did I assembled the first of the Uno carts, and it took ages, and then the second one, and then by the time I'd got into it, it was sort of a case of, I think what I ended up doing was putting all of one component on all the boards, and then doing another sweep through the boards and doing all the next component. And then I realised that wasn't actually the quickest way to do it. The quickest way to do it was to categorise everything and label everything, and then just do one board at a time. Ultimately, that's what I realised was the best thing to do. So we've got some capacitor arrays, of course, to put on. Maybe we'll get those on. I'll keep those to one side. I'm going to catch up with chat for a minute. I'm going to really need to make this window full screen. Right, where are we? Any love for FPGA stuff? Atari cores, or are they not quite there yet? Move that bit down there. Off to dinner. Good luck all. From Rory McMahon. I'll see you later, Rory. I'm caught up with chat. It's not unmanageable. Good. Put this back down here. Alright, let's do the last few caps. 1 microfarad. There's 2 of those 1 microfarad caps. So what the hell? Didn't label these. I thought I'd be able to read them. Right, there's 3 of these 10 microfarad. I can see they're all the same. We'll put these 10 microfarad caps in first. And they go to C2, C8, C9. C2, so minus on the left. There we are. Now spread those out just to be different. C2, C8, and C9. C8 and C9. There we are. Both together right next to the audio jack. I can't see chat again. I've actually used less solar than I expected to so far. It's an interesting factoid. Get out the magnifiers, yeah. My wife has just started to wear reading glasses. I can't help but think that's a sort of a milestone in life when you have to wear glasses. Not that it's a bad thing. I've got no particular dislike for glasses, but I don't know. I'm wondering if this is all good eye exercise or not. $45 in a month or two, couple of months. Still got it, man. I've still got it. Next. So I've just done that one. 1 microfarads must be this. Is it? Yeah. Does the Antic have the video DACs built in? GTIE. Yeah. Someone will have to answer that. No, well, no, GTIE outputs a digital signal, doesn't it? Am I right, or am I just totally wrong? Someone else will know. C6 and C7. C6 and C7. Right. Plus at the top. C7. Standard Atari XLAC, but GTI uses Brian's UAV. Just Google. Looks like the GTIA does have digital output. Is it the GTIA or CTIA on this board? 4-bit Luma output sync and color burst, yeah. Oh well, good. That makes me feel good because I knew that. Okay, we're nearly there. 330. I'm assuming it's this one. Let's check. Yeah, 330. And this goes on to C1, which I can see there. Positive at the top. At the back, I'm going to call it what you will. Yeah, we got DVI out, which is quite interesting. I really like the Sophia. It's really nice and compact. L1. Oh, it's an inductor. What the hell are you doing? I'm in the wrong place. C3, yeah. There we go. So that's the last of the capacitors, apart from the arrays. What should we stick the arrays on, do you think? It begins to take shape now. A little gander. Progress, there we go. I have 2 of Simius's DVI versions on the way. Yeah, if I was gonna, it's a bit of a shame those spare VBXEs I've got are dead. But I'd probably prefer to put a Sophia on this board. It just looks so much neater. Right, what the hell are we looking at here? This is right, yeah, I can see. Resistors, networks, inductors, semiconductors, integrated circuits, connectors, where the hell? Right, I had this all kind of organised before, but mine's gone blank. Right, resistors, networks. L81, oh, that's an inductor, isn't it? Isn't it? I wish the Sophia DVI version supported lower resolutions. I have 3 old Dell monitors that support up to the... Oh! So it's a fixed resolution. Interesting. Right, I'm going to have a look at a photo of a board. Just talk amongst yourselves. I've got a horrible feeling I'm missing a part. Michael, should I have 2 of these fellas? Which are resistor networks, but either... No, they're not. No. No, ignore me. I'm wrong. I thought I was missing a part, but I believe not. No, I got mixed up. Right. I've dropped one. I should probably stop now. I'm starting to get tired. Right, I'm trying to figure out which resistor networks which here. Right. So, RN4 and RN3 are 100k, right, okay, 100k, and 4606, 104 LF, right, that's one. That's not it. It must be that one. 10. That's a 2. $104, right, got them. Excellent. Right. So, dot goes at the left, presumably, and the keyhole. Time to get some blue tack out. $200K times 3 isolated 6 pins inside a pokey. Got you. Thanks, Michael. Very nice. Gotta get a proper tip cleaner. You on straight? Yes, you are. Okay, let's let those little fellas on. Yeah, I've got it. I can read resistor colour codes okay on 3 colour ones, but it is tricky on other types as you can't immediately tell which band is first. I'm just tremendously lazy. I've sort of memorised by sight things like, you know, 100K and 75, 100 ohm and 75 ohm I can kind of recognise, but I've never ever taken the trouble to actually sit and formulaically figure out how to read the bloody things. I always go to that chart. Hobby Hour, I think they've got a nice little calculator there. I'm so ashamed, but I haven't bothered to figure out how to read them by sight. Right, next, RN1. Resistor network 1. You must be 4271507. 4271507. No. That's 15. What are you supposed to be? You're supposed to be 100 kilo ohm. Right, then let's check. Whoa, come on. Work! I'm probably doing something stupid like measuring an inductor or something. Right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resistor networks. 5. 1, 2. Ah. Let's measure this. Right, 4.7 kilo ohms on this fella. So who are you? 4.7k resistor network RN10. Right. Finally. RN10. That's down here. Ah, you see? All becomes clear. Right. Good. Right, and I'm back. It's a 4.7k bus array. Excellent. Now the thing that's going to curtail this is my back. I've just about reached the limit. There we go. Okay. Next, RN2. And RN2 is another 4.7k bus array. So let's find out which one this is. It's not you. It's not you. Is it you? Not you either. This is confusing. Hang on a minute. RN2. Let's have another look. RN2. 4.7k. It's got to be you or you. It's the only things it could be. Ow. RN9. So RN9 is 3.3k. So this is 3.3k. Yep, 3.3k. Put you down there. This one is 1k. 1k. RN8. RN8. RN8 1k. So that's RN8. What's up? Right, oh, brilliant. Right, let's go. Let's go. Have I just kind of, oh, wait, I still see the black network on the table. So everything's cool, is it? Good. Oh, dear me. Now I've got the meter on the go. It's all good. I had a funny feeling there'd be something missing, but hopefully not. Excellent. Next. So this we decided. What did we decide? This is 3.3K, 5 pin. So that's RN9. RN9 being RN9 being RN9 being where? Ah, yes. Ah, it's starting to become clear now. As soon as I can see RN9, everything's just going to fall beautifully into place. Where is it? There you are. Swine. Right, 2 components left after this one, and then I'm gonna have another scan through chat, and then that'll be it for tonight. So this should be RN7, and I'm expecting RN7 to be 3.3K, and RN7 is 3.3K. This is very, very encouraging. So by process of elimination, it looks like the black one goes at the top, just as per the photographs. Does that sound about right? When's your next session, says Brent? Possibly tomorrow. It depends how much work I get dumped on me by this bathroom place. But yeah, I'll try and make an hour. I can't imagine not being here, so hopefully I'll do another shift tomorrow night. Right, so RN2 is supposedly 4.7K. Let's have a look. Because I wasn't getting a thing from this before for some reason. Yeah, it is 4.7K, so that is the correct part. Oh, brilliant. Is it keyed correctly? Yes, it is. Excellent. How long has this taken so far? An hour and 40 minutes. Oh well. Big sigh of relief. That's probably the trickiest part done, I would say. Brilliant. Let's get rid of this bomb for a minute and move chat over to the right side of the screen so I can see it. Move OBS over to the left side of the screen. And here we go. Have a little look at what we've managed to do so far. Come on. There we go. This camera's starting to overload with detail. Gotta get some new cameras. I don't know why this happens. Why on earth does it not just compress the picture instead of starting to get jerky and bloody Logitech. So there you go. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a read through what's here, a bit of a scan back, see if I missed anything good, because of course YouTube doesn't save the chat, so anything I don't see is completely lost. Actually, I'm going to pop the chat window out. I should have done that in the first place. Pop out chat. There we go, that's better. That can make chat nice and big. Whew. Right. I should put the timestamps on. How do I add the timestamps again? Toggle timestamps. There we go. Now I can see what's what. An hour and 40 minutes. I'll have to get some more popcorn soon. Does that need a tall pin IC socket for that top left one? Extended headers used for Ultimate 1 MB and an extra socket stacked for Pokey. The jerky picture thing on the autofocus is a way of doing it cheaply. It uses DSP to check whether the image is blurred or not, and then it does a quick cycle of the lens to check. That's interesting. Electron Ash, so you know a little bit about this webcam problem. But what about the what's really bothering me is you get this sort of horizontal banding effect as well, which is it's almost like the USB controller can't keep up with the stream of data that's coming in, you know, in a very unscientific way of looking at it. But It sounds like it sounds like Deborah's just got back, so I shall go and ask her how her quiz went. So yeah, there we have the first session on assembling this board. Looks rather nice, and I think we'll yeah, it's just a sensor as well with the banding, a type of Moore effect, or the way the camera is compressing the video before sending via USB. Yeah, it's a shame because I really like these cameras. It's a C910 and a B910, and the sensor is actually bigger than the sensor on the C920, which I've also got, and the picture's just not as nice on that camera, but it does hardware compression in the camera. And I tried to set it up above the desk here, the C920. This is currently the B910, and it didn't look a lot better, but maybe I should put the C920 up here because it doesn't do that banding thing. Yeah, the C920 has internal H.264. Yeah, it's 264, I think. The only thing it seemed to do, aside from the fact that it doesn't band, the only thing it seemed to do to me was just to make the picture a bit less detailed, actually. And the color is totally different. So the two cameras together, the two generations of cameras together look odd. But yeah, it's all interesting stuff. Just getting them to work with two Logitech cameras of essentially the same type, to get them to work with Open Broadcaster together in Windows was quite an achievement in itself. I've actually got them on different USB buses. One's on a USB 3 control and one's on a USB 2, just to keep them apart. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so I've caught up with chat. Very interesting chat. I think I've missed quite a lot of stuff. I use FF Split as it can be used directly with Google Handouts. Yeah, I haven't tried that. But the driver situation with these cameras, in Windows 10, as soon as you plug in the C910, which is the consumer model, it pulls in a Logitech branded driver. And that's even if you turn off updates. And when you plug the B910 in, it pulls a generic image capture driver. And if you update the generic image capture driver, the Windows driver, to the Logitech driver, it blue screens the machine. So I keep the B910 running on the generic driver and the C910 running on the Logitech driver, and that stops the machine from crashing. Yeah. I don't get why there are so many driver issues today. There should be a generic webcam driver that's as fast as possible. Logitech have always been a bit of a pain. Yeah, it's squarely at the door of the drivers, I would say, because the blue screen, it's what component? Something like LVDS sys, and it's a 64-bit Logitech driver component which causes the crash. Yeah. I tried Linux as well, and Linux was quite good. It handled them quite well, but Linux worked really well actually with the cameras. But it was the UI of the camera control app, whose name I forget now, that was a pain. It was so big that it just didn't fit on the whole desktop, and there was no scroll bars to actually get at the controls that you couldn't see. But yes, Linux worked well. I had an Ubuntu set up with cameras, and yeah, but anyway, I digress. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much to everybody who was in chat. Thanks again to Michael, and thank you for the interesting insights about webcams as well. And yes, so thank you for watching. If you want to give the video a thumbs, if you haven't subscribed yet and you like what you see, I only use Ubuntu via VM if forced, never any problems with compiling stuff. Yeah, there seems to be no one operating system that just ticks all the boxes. Never mind. Which is why I'm making a Hackintosh laptop so I can enjoy videos. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video when we will press ahead with all the resistors, the rest of the resistors, transistors, regulators, and we may even get some sockets on the board, or some of the connectors, which have to be placed on in a specific order. So thank you for watching, and good night.